Evening CIS 101. This is Darrick Fuller presenting my supplemental case for the Excel portion of the class. We're in the documentation tab where I have the author, date, and the purpose, which is the plan, track, and document revenue expenses. Next, we go to the instruction tab where I've included the instructions as outlined in the assignment. And then we'll move to the most important piece, which is the budget details, which is my personal budget. Moving over to A1, if you go into cell styles, you'll see that I have this under the title head cell style. Category would be in the heading 1. Revenues would be under heading 2. As you see in cells A3 to A6 down to A11, I summarize so I can quickly see my total revenues and expenses, average, highest, and lowest for revenue, expenses, and savings summary. Going here, if you go into cell styles, you'll see I use the calculation model, and I also use the logic function where I said if the sum of the revenues equals to I-24, then return that value. If it doesn't, return blank. The same thing with the expenses. If total base plus special expenditures equals I-48, return that value. If not, leave it blank. I did the same thing with the average, and I used average A, which means we only take values that have, cells that have values and give the average and so forth. And here you go again, average A, so it would be these 3 cells, and it would return a value of only the cells that have data in them. Moving down, you see my monthly revenues. Moving down, you see my base expenditures, which are rather large. Again, calculation functions, average, max, min. Here are my special expenditures. With a son in college, she calls often with unplanned expenses, my tuition, and my holiday shopping. And here are my monthly savings opportunities. If you go into January and you go into conditional formatting, I had a rule. If total revenues minus total expenses is less than 0, show it in red with dark fill. And as most people, I overspend in December and I pay for it in January. And you see here, May is a pretty bad month, but I usually get my tax return in April, so it balances out. The purpose of my budget is just to show how I'm doing, to give me a goals to save, and that gives me an opportunity to track and see how I'm doing against this. Not really saving for any major purchase at the moment. Just trying to save while putting this boy through college, and I'd like to have some money when he's done. This is my presentation. Thank you.